It's Sunday night, and this is the Conjugal Visit on KGFRocks.com.
Song's not over yet. You gotta wait for that twang, 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 twang to get over with. Hey, any of you musicians out there can come up with a better opening for us. We're looking for a little change, and if you could send that our way, that'd be great. Hey, this is Free Ride. Welcome to the Conjugal Visit. I'm here tonight with my friend King Guido. Guido, how are you?
I'm here.
You're there. That's it. You're feeling like shit, like I am.
I'm feeling like you look.
You feel bad, man. You feel really bad.
And he's got a great face for radio.
Right, and there she is. And I want to welcome Diamond to the show tonight. Diamond, welcome to the Conjugal Visits tonight. How are you?
Thank you very much. Well, I'm ready to have some fun. How are you guys?
Oh, well, we're okay. Well, hopefully we'll provide some fun for you.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably be the boring one tonight.
You'll be the why? Because you don't know nothing? You know plenty.
I know plenty, but that's 2 hours talking about that. That's crazy.
No, it's not crazy. It can be done. It can.
I know it can be done, but
guys always claim it's going to last 2 hours.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are men out there that do last 2 hours. I wouldn't know. I mean,
they're called 20-somethings.
Yeah, that's when the neighbors are banging on the wall and you yell "sorry" and keep right on going.
Yeah. Yeah. Most people. How long do you think the average sex lasts? What do you think, Guido?
8.5 minutes.
5 minutes. Actual sexual intercourse.
No, 8.5. Give me some credit.
8.5 minutes. Okay. What about you?
Well, that depends on your partner. I did have one guy. Yeah, we used to. Oh my God! We'd get done. We'd look at the clock, and one of the others would say, "Oh, we did it again," which means we have to get up for work in 5 minutes because we did it all night. But generally, that was an exception. I'd say generally, I don't know, from 10 to 20 minutes maybe.
10 to 20 minminutes. Now, does that include foreplay? No.
Well, no.
Foreplay, a good foreplay will last 20 to 30 minutes. Foreplay actually starts at the restaurant, do you think? Before getting home.
Fuck, I got 4 kids. There's no fucking restaurant.
Well, I mean, if you say it's date night for you and the old lady, okay? And you're out and about, and you're having dinner out or something, or you go to a movie or something, right? It's date night, right? And you're going to get a little pickle tickle at the end of the night, right? Do you start your foreplay while you're out and about?
No, I'm usually eating then.
You're usually eating. So you don't smile and wink. Or touch her on the small of her back when she goes in the door, right?
I do that shit all the time.
Little flirt.
And you take your shoes off, and footsie under the table.
If I took my shoes off, the romance is over.
The romance is over.
I was talking about the girl, not you. Nobody wants your Funko feet. No, the girl takes her shoes off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do all kinds of stuff under the table with your toes. It's quite interesting.
Yeah, I pick up a fork.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Monkey toes.
Yeah. I've had that happen before. I've had a girl reach across with her foot in my crotch. Have you done that for your partner?
I tried.
Diamond?
I remember something like that in my misfit youth, yeah.
Yeah? Oh, and you misfit
yeah, the place called Nautical Nellies down in St. Pete Beach.
Yeah.
during the crab legs. Well, I always remember during that scene in Flashdance where the girl is like with the lobster, with her tongue. She's like, pulling
Yeah.
that's kind of the thing. It was actually I invented that. It was before that movie came out.
Oh, you invented that.
So
They got that from you.
yeah, so I'm there playing with the
Nice.
the melted butter and the crab legs, and meanwhile doing things with my feet under the table.
Wait a minute.
Nice.
Wait a minute. There's more than one scene in Flashdance.
I thought
I
there was only one scene.
I didn't know that.
I didn't care. Maybe I ought to watch the entire movie.
You don't need to. All you have to do is YouTube the Flashdance water scene, and you saw the whole movie.
Ah, yeah. Yeah.
Well, the girl who actually did that, it wasn't very pleasant because that water came slamming down. You have your head back; it all went up her nose. She said it was horrible. It wasn't the actress. It wasn't the actress who did that. It was somebody else, a dancer that they.
But what a feeling!
Oh, what a feeling. Yeah. Oh, what a feeling.
Feeling.
So they actually sort of like waterboarded the poor person.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Well,
that water had to go somewhere, right? That water went right up her snout,
Yep.
right? And imagine if that was a splooge of some sort and was all over her face like that.
Actually, I don't. Was it a girl that?
First.
Was it a girl that did her stunt double, or was it a guy? I remember
Well,
something
there
about.
were guy stunt doubles, but
Yeah.
for that one, it was a girl.
Oh, okay.
If you watched the part where she does the big audition, it's so stupid because this is a professional, serious ballet company, and if you watch that part now, that audition she did, they would laugh. She would never get that job.
It was it was the 80s.
Yeah, I know.
Yes,
but
it
one
was
of
the
the
80s,
the person that spins on their back is actually a dude, and he refused to shave his mustache.
Yeah, that's what it was. I think. Yeah, I remember that.
If you pause it when he's spinning, you can actually see it that she has a mustache.
So
Yeah,
how many stunt doubles did they have for that one scene? Was it two or three?
There was like 5 dancers altogether for that.
Oh yeah,
really?
scene.
Jennifer Beals didn't know how to dance.
No, she
She
couldn't.
really pretty, though. She sure
Yeah.
had the look. Well, she created that whole cutting your shirt thing that we did because they gave her the shirt for the scene, right? She washed it because it was getting funko after dancing in it and stuff for several days. So she washed it and shrunk it. And so she had to get her head to get it on over her head. She had to cut it. She had to cut the neck. And then that created the whole thing, the whole style.
The whole style, right? Yeah. It's like
The shirt started because she shrunk that shirt.
so.
But
What
she never did anything again.
Where do you think the cut jeans came from? What
Daisy Dukes.
Daisy Dukes, was that it? Not the shorts, but where you got the holes in your pants and shit. Who started
And the
that?
knees and stuff.
That was from poor people just wearing their jeans, and people like that's fucking cool.
Yeah, that's where I got one from. But my shirts I did cut up in the 80s. I used to cut them up, cut them down. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did the whole fucking Dirty Dancing thing, huh?
My whole style.
Because it was just the style. We cut our shirts.
Yeah.
I just wore rock band shirts and jeans and work boots. That was kind of like, me.
In
That'll work.
the 80s, did you have a thing for Patrick Swayze back in the 80s there, Diamond?
No, not especially. No.
No?
He has tiny little feet. And he
Had,
walked
yeah.
in these missing little steps that I just found unmanly. It didn't
Yeah.
do it. I thought he was attractive in the face, but the way he walked, he took these tiny little mincing little steps that I just found unmanly. So no, he didn't. He wasn't my guy.
He had ballerina feet.
Yeah.
Well, it was because his mom was a dance teacher, so he took extensive dance lessons. And I think there's another male actor who walks that same way. And I looked it up, and sure enough, he's known for having had dance lessons too. So they take these tiny little girly steps, and it just doesn't do it for me.
Right.
When he's walking over, supposedly going to kick somebody's ass, and he's doing it in these tiny little girly steps, it's like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, let me hit you with my purse.
Roadhouse was one of his better movies, and he was doing that Tai Chi shit on the banks of that little creek across the river from that guy's place, and he was doing the Tai Chi dance kind of thing like that. And there's a scene there where it shows his Johnson, where he's where it's got his how do you call it, a package, had his package. He wasn't that well endowed. And
Did you pause it?
No, I didn't pause it.
Why is he so interested in Patrick Swayze's
Well,
packaging?
the reason I'm saying is that's what I pointed out to my ex-wife when she said, "Oh, he's so dreamy. He's so." I said, that package of his ain't that impressive. And she goes, "Oh, that's just because you're jealous." And I said, "Jealous of what? A guy that you're never gonna fucking get? Don't give me that."
So I guess the saying is true: big feet, large penis. So small feet.
Small penis.
Well,
yes.
you can keep your Patrick Swayze. I'll take Sam Elliott.
Ooh, Sam
Same,
Elliott.
same movie, much
right?
sexier man.
Yeah.
Actually, Sam Elliott still looks the fucking same.
Sam
Nah.
Elliott. Yeah.
He's yeah. You can keep your Patrick Swayze all day long. Plus, Sam Elliott's alive.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I would take Sam Elliott over Patrick Swayze any day.
That always helps. That always helps a lot. Well, we have some sad news in the rock and roll world, and I wanted to touch on that.
Healy, though, before Steve Roadhouse, Jeff Healy.
Jeff Healy's
Also
been.
sexy.
Oh yeah, for being blind, he was pretty sexy, right?
What does that mean?
Well, I
What?
mean, he was a blind man, right? He was a blind
yeah.
man, and that blank stare. I mean, that had to be troublesome.
He didn't. He wasn't born blind though, so he handled it pretty well. Though I think a lot of people who, if you're not observant, wouldn't notice that he was
Right.
blind in that film, because and plus the people they had around him, they would have somebody standing in a particular spot for him to like bump into, so he would know where he was and stuff like that.
No,
They-
dude, turn all the way around. Cameras, you're facing the back. That was
No.
Right, right.
they will. Jeff Healy was
Jeff Healy was pretty cool. But anyways, I know what Free Ride wanted to touch upon.
Yes,
Go ahead.
yes. Walter Becker passed away from the band Steely Dan, and he was a guitarist.
67 too.
67, not too old. I mean, he was, but he was actually his guitar rhythm and lead were the supporting. It was the support of the band. It was the actual backbone, other than the voice of Donald Fagen. But I mean, his guitar work was just intense, and he was
a Steely Dan fan. Yeah.
Well, see, he was most of the lead work in Steely Dan was done by Jeff Baxter, but he wrote 97% of the Steely Dan music.
Right.
And Fagen did the words, but his contribution to music was that melodic, like just soothing rhythm that he created.
Yeah, there was just something about it, and the words, also the lyrics, they create a space. It's just it was a perfect combination. Those particular lyrics with that particular sound was just
absolutely, and there was no sound like it, around.
Yes.
And
yeah.
very, very innovative, and they both failed without each other throughout the years.
Right. They both tried to do a solo career, didn't they? And they both didn't do very well.
Things like that. I know it's a little off the track. Okay, the Righteous Brothers, right? One of them passed away quite a while ago.
Right.
Well, I've been hearing on the radio, booked at one of the local casinos, the Righteous Brothers. I'm like, how are they going to do that?
Yeah.
It's the Righteous Brother. And
It's
the
the Righteous
recordings of the
Brother.
other guy.
It might be his
stop
cousin, or maybe it's a cousin.
Wait a minute. He's singing, and they're playing the recording of the other.
I don't
guy?
know. I'm just guessing that's how they're going to.
No.
How can you beat the Righteous Brothers when one of them? There's two guys and one of them's gone. How does that?
Because
stop.
they're not really brothers. They're just going to get a new guy to replace them. Like when you
How-
go
no,
see.
you can't. It's been the same two guys forever. I mean, stop it.
Yes, you
How
can.
much money do you need, people?
lot.
Really.
Well,
Oh, that's
Like-
what I say
like-
about Paul McCartney. Give it up, dude.
give it
And
up.
like-
Why?
Yeah.
People are buying tickets, man. He's still top ranking.
Or is the Queen? No.
ticket
Quit
sales.
plugging the numbers. The guy is dead. It's time to go do something else. Again, how much money do you need?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Creek,
I-
Creek, how much money do you need? Stop it. The man's dead. It's over.
well, you need as much money as you can get. That's
Here.
I mean, that's the case for everybody. If you can make more money, you're going to do it. I mean,
Right.
is it right or wrong? No, I don't
Yes.
think. I don't think the Guess Who is the Guess Who without Burton Cummins. It's like, who the fuck is that? Matter of fact, the only person left in the Guess Who is the drummer. You're not the Guess Who
No,
at all.
No, not at all. But they still kept the name, and they're paying for the name. I mean, literally, they're paying for it.
There's no original members left alive.
Right.
No,
Right.
and Brother is just making money off the name because all they're playing now, any of their new stuff, it's just straight country music. It's not even Southern rock anymore.
Well,
It's not. It's just plain blah, regular normal
well,
country.
it's the same with Three Dog Night. There's only one of them going on tour. What the hell's that Three Dog Night?
And come on, the Eagles, seriously?
Uh,
I mean, seriously. Now, my understanding is my understanding is they sound really good.
yeah,
Yeah.
but you know, I don't. I think they should just leave it alone. I mean,
I hang it up. I mean, I think Joe Walsh is getting a little tired of it. And I
well,
think
hell froze over and all that happened, and then it's just it's time to let it go.
Well, it's Don Henley. Joe Walsh is just a paid member of the Eagles. He's
Right.
no, and it's all Don Henley's band now. For the first time in Eagles history, Don Henley's in sole control of the band.
Right.
And
But he was their main vocalist, though. I mean,
well, it was, but they were a partnership between him and Glenn Frey. They both owned the same. So they made decisions together. But now, I don't think Glenn Frey would have continued on if Henley had passed away.
I'm not buying tickets to that. I saw them when they were all there 3 different times, and definitely a good show. Definitely worth seeing. When they were still all of them. But
when
now
they were whole, right? When they were whole,
it was a great show. I enjoyed it every time.
right?
But yeah.
When are bands gonna just when is it time for a band to say that's it, enough? I mean BTO did finally. They went away, and you got
Well, one of them died, though, did they?
No,
yeah.
well, Randy Bachman just goes between whatever he wants to do. He
Right.
owns the BTO name.
BTO puts on a good show. I've seen them several times too. When I moved up north to when I was in Ohio, and Pennsylvania, close to the
Yeah, they played that area
Canadian.
a lot.
Well, they're Canadian, so they were real big in the Northeast. And I saw them several times. And when they get playing, they do that thing because they're real heavy on the bass, and it makes your skeleton vibrate.
Yeah,
It's so good. They're just so good.
I saw them with. I saw BTO with Charlie Daniels and ZZ Top.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Man, that was a great show. That was a pretty damn good show. ZZ Top just blew all 3 of the bands out of the water. I mean, they were it. But BTO was there, and then once again I saw BTO with Mountain, with Leslie West and Felix Pappalardi, and man, what Mountain was a great band.
Leslie West should
Angel
change his name to Mountain.
Yeah, he is a mountain. He's as big as a mountain. But he has lost weight. I've seen recent pictures of him, and he's looking a lot better.
He's down to 4 chins now.
He's down to about 300 pounds instead of the 600 pounds he was. And Felix, of course, Felix Pappalardi, he's deaf. I mean, he can't hear anymore. He's lost his hearing. That's when you stack, when you stack 6 marshals high and 6 marshals wide and stand in front of it and strike a chord, you're gonna go deaf. Okay, there's no gray area there.
You know how I heard about Felix Pappalardi?
Wow.
He produced one of my favorite albums of all time, Disraeli Gears by Cream.
By
Really?
Cream, yeah. God bless you. God bless you.
Yeah.
Well,
Sorry. I didn't have time to mute. I just yanked the headset off and held it way out there and leaned the other way away from it. Sorry. Something's going on in this house today. I've been sneezing all day.
Oh, hey, listen. Talk about going on. I got this. I mean, I have been dragging ass all day long. I've been so tired, and I can't get my head to just focus and wake up. And it's just been a drag all friggin' day. And it's a change in the season, okay? And they say it happens, They say it happens to you, and I think. What's that?
I said it's the time of the season.
Yeah, it must be the time of the season because every time of this year, at this time of every year, I get dog tired. It means the sun is starting to set earlier. It's an early day. I mean, 3 weeks ago, I was sitting here doing this show, and the sun was still out. Okay, now it's dark. So you
Yeah.
know it's we're getting close. Okay, we're getting close to that time of the year, and fall is my favorite time of the year. But yeah, we've already been experiencing it. It's like 70 degrees the last 4 or 5 weeks. There's no
Oh, it's
heat.
been 100 and something. It's still 100 and something. But well, it had record high temperatures, of course, the week that I was in Florida. So it was 95 degrees and 100% humidity. And it's like I have to go to Florida in August. Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
Florida.
bad
You know.
place to be in August.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
family
is.
needs to plan these things a little better. I mean, if you're gonna, gonna kick the bucket, can you kindly do it at a more
Yeah.
temperate time of year?
Well, they say you went to St. Pete. Is that where you went?
No, Tampa.
Tampa. So you went to Tampa, and so that's kind of in the middle of the state, right? That's not near the beach,
Ish.
right?
It's on the East Coast.
It's on the East Coast. So they say that
No,
in the
wait.
summertime.
I lied. It's on the West Coast. I'm sorry.
Is it on the West Coast? They say
It's
the
on the
best,
West Coast. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, West Coast.
the actual best place to be in Florida, in the summer months,
Is your
July
hotel room?
is August. No, actually, it's on the Gulf Coast up north. What is that town there? Tallahassee, and near the beach there. They say that area is nice and cool because they get that breeze off of the water, and it's cooler.
Okay,
In
on
that
the Gulf of Mexico also.
Yeah.
But
I had a dog from Tallahassee.
You had a dog from Tallahassee?
Yeah,
Nice.
we called it Lassie.
Yeah.
okay.
All these fucking people. Now, okay. See, we're not going to talk about sex all night. We'll talk about sex later. But what do you think of
He's talking
how?
about his dog. I think we need a segue in there somewhere.
How do you think we're handling the situation in Texas? Have you been watching at all, Guido?
Yeah, how do you handle it any differently?
Ronnie wore the wrong damn shoes. Oh my God, the world's gonna come to an end. Charlie,
Melania, she wore stilettos onto the plane,
when she got off the plane, then she changed
and
into
all
sneakers.
these dickheads, all these media dickheads, could focus on is what shoes she was wearing. Well,
That's
when she
because
got,
most of the media people wish they could be with her.
oh yeah,
Well, that's the thing they always do. You know, they'll find the piddly little like Trump's. Whoever types Trump's tweets for him misspelled coffee one time. It wasn't even a misspell; it was a typo. Oh, the world's going to come to an end. There's a typo. They talked about it for days.
Well, when they
Well-
got to, truth be known, when they got to Houston, she changed her shoes on the plane, and she was wearing white Nike tennis shoes, and she dressed down for the event. And see, it doesn't matter if she would have stayed in the stilettos or not. They attacked her for the way that she wore what she wore when she got there. So she changed on the plane on the way
Well,
to Houston.
They should compare that to what Michelle Obama wore when they went to tour the wreckage, you know, after Hurricane Sandy. Oh, wait, they didn't go.
Didn't go. They didn't go at all.
No,
They were
they
in Martha's
didn't.
Vineyard,
No.
weren't they?
No, they were probably on one of the many trips.
No, if they were anywhere, they were probably in Hawaii. They wouldn't have gone to the East Coast where the hurricane was.
Yeah, no,
Chances are they went the other direction.
We paid more money in vacations for the Obama family than the last 4 presidents combined.
Yeah, I had a little discussion about that with a family member while I was in Florida. And he was saying, because he's on the wrong side, unfortunately, and they were saying how, Trump has spent so much time golfing. He spends all his time at Mar-a-Lago. I was saying, he's in Mar-a-Lago because that's his house. Not
Right.
because he's golfing. That's where that's his home. That's where he
Yeah.
lives.
Yeah.
You know, aside
and
from
as
the
a
White
matter
House.
of
That's
fact,
his house.
I think he's played one round of golf since he became president.
So he
does-
went on his phone trying to find evidence that Trump has taken more vacations than Obama, which of course he couldn't do because he didn't.
Because he can't.
So,
yeah.
yes, after a while, I let him sit there and play with his phone, and the conversation just dropped.
How about the fact that the man donated $1 million of his own money to the cause?
To the
His
cause.
own personal money.
To the cause, right?
Yeah.
And then
And,
on top of that,
challenged everybody else to do it. And I haven't heard any other politician
No.
or whatever do it.
the Clintons kept the money for Haiti.
Yep.
They did.
Haiti never saw that fucking money. Haiti never saw that money. That money went right into the pockets and the coffers of the fucking Clinton
Someone paid for
Foundation.
their homely daughter's wedding.
Yeah. I mean, they paid for her, well, she was a mistake, I could hear Hillary now. Motherfuck. I could hear Hillary now. Son of a bitch.
No,
what?
she needed to have a child because they needed. Yeah, to look like they were a family. And people trust them. So,
the plan to elect Bill Clinton started in 1970 when he was being brought up. That was the plan of the family all along, is to make him president of the United States. I think.
He said one of my favorite things in all of history.
I did not have sex with that woman.
No. He didn't say it like that. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Miss Lewinsky.
Yeah, that's,
I played that clip. I played that sound clip on the air.
And then when he said, a blowjob is not cheating, I was like, oh, wow, I should have voted for him.
Far out, man. Now I can do it.
But you know what? Nobody gave a shit about him saying all that stuff, but Trump can't fucking do anything right.
Well, Clinton has his what is it called? His legacy, as it were, is nothing but lies, and that's who he is. He's a fucking criminal, and so is his wife.
I smoked marijuana one time when I was in England, and I didn't inhale, and I didn't like it, and I never did it again.
Getting weed in England. Getting weed in England, you can inhale all you want. Trust me, you're not going to get high, okay? Stop it.
We're Grateful Dead ties all the time, but I never smoked weed. I mean, it's and same with Obama too. Like, I still am one of the believers that he wasn't born here. I still believe.
You're a birther. Yeah.
You're a birther. You're a racist. You racist motherfucker.
Oh no, it's you know what? Look, I said before,
my problem is not his color. It really isn't. I don't care. Well, like Hillary, her biggest now, she's trying to paint everybody as a misogynist. That's why she wasn't elected, because she's a woman. And I was not looking at anybody's underpants when I voted. I did. If it had been the other way around, if the woman had been the good capitalist and the guy had been the crooked bastard, I would have voted for the woman. It's just it had nothing to do with it.
We eventually will have a female president.
She could have went up against a wooden stool and lost. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, nobody wanted her to be the president of the United States. Nobody, even the people who voted for her. They were just thinking, well, what's the worst of two evils? I'm going to take Hillary Clinton. I'm going to vote for Hillary Clinton. And
they were all like, we got to have a woman president. Well, what do you know about her causes or anything like that, her opinions? Oh, I don't care about that. We just need a woman president. What?
Well, why do we need a woman president if in today's society it doesn't matter what gender?
No, it's not that we need one. Eventually, we're going to find one that's going to get elected. There's no getting around that.
Melania. Oh, she
was if it's the right person for the job, I'll vote for it. But I don't care if it's a man or a woman. That's not my my criteria.
Yeah, I just the knowledge of what has come to pass since the election. The fact that Comey was dissuaded from pursuing criminal charges, and that and I'm going to straighten forward here, that the Attorney General was sucking Bill Clinton's dick on that fucking tarmac. 45 minutes is just about the right time to get a blowjob. And
45 minutes, really?
Yeah, 45 minutes is about. Well, we talked. It was 8.7 seconds. Okay.
Well, you know,
8 minutes and 40 seconds, but 45 minutes is a long time for that was a private meeting between William Jefferson Clinton, the husband of the subject,
the alleged husband.
Well, there's an old saying that if it wasn't for Hillary, Bill Clinton would have never got elected, and I find that to be true.
But he might be happy now that she lost. I can finally get rid of this bitch.
No, he's not happy. Because she allowed him to do all that. They were swingers. She's bisexual. She's not a heterosexual. She is a bisexual woman. And not that
Hillary?
yeah,
Oh
Hillary
my God.
eats pussy.
Oh
Hillary
no,
eats
I'm
pussy.
turning in my bisexual card. I don't want nothing to do with that. Ew, gross.
She is
Oh my
that's-
God, no.
and she's
No.
It is
also
kind of gross.
yeah,
No.
and Bill Clinton is a womanizer, and they're a perfect match because he can go do what he wants to do. She doesn't care. Otherwise, she would have divorced his happy ass after Lewinsky and all the countless other women that he
before
fucked.
he was ever elected, remember that? Who was the woman who had the nose job? What was her name? There was a big deal. He was ever elected.
Fluff or whatever the fuck her name was. She was his fluffer, all right. I'll give her that.
Hillary was just all ambition. When
that's all it was. All it was for the sake of power, I will forgive that. All of his indiscretions and all of his fucking around. Do you think he was the first president that fucked around?
No, he's the first one that got caught.
FDR, no, they got caught, but the press said we better not release that. Today they got because we'll end up in the cell somewhere or dead.
Listen. This shows you how much the press has changed, though. Look at the '90s. They were all against Clinton, trying to get impeached, showing them all over the news. Now the Clintons are on a pedestal by the media.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, and the same thing with fucking monuments. The same thing with this history thing. This changing our history. These were built by Democrats.
Well, you know what? We don't tell the real history of this country anyways in school, so what's the difference?
Well, the difference is we should be. Because we learn from that fucking history. We learn from the mistakes of our forefathers. That's what it's all about. We made mistakes. I was watching the movie 42 about Jackie Robinson, the first Negro baseball player in Major League Baseball. Excuse me. And my God, man. You know, we forget. If you want to remember what it was like to be...
I'm sorry, when you said 42, I thought you meant Bill Clinton. He was 42.
No.
You know how they refer to Trump as 45.
Yeah, it's 45.
Well, Bill Clinton was number 42nd president.
Yeah, he was.
I thought you were talking about Bill again.
Well,
Jackie Robinson.
Jackie Robinson was the first African American ball player, and the guy went through hell his first season. And they were, and it brought back memories to me because I can remember the black and the white bathrooms, the black and the white water fountains.
Segregation, yeah.
God damn, you're old.
Oh yeah. But now it's been reversed. The Democrats were in support of that segregationist thinking, but now it's reversed. Now it's time to make up. Let's make up for what we did before. Now we're going to have transgender bathrooms.
But they're not making up. They're trying to erase their mistakes in the past.
Correct.
Most Democrats, the Ku Klux Klan, it was primarily the Democrat organization back when it first started.
That's
now
true.
Look up George Wallace.
They're trying to erase that history. That's what they're doing. I mean, it's stupid that the American public is that dumb and believes it.
Senator Byrd, Democrat. Fucking George
Wallace was the biggest racist of all. He was even against Martin Luther King.
Oh yeah, he was tough. He was a part of the plot,
and he was a Democrat.
He was a Democrat. That's right. Yeah. So people forget where that way of thinking came from. And if they tear down the monuments and they make the NEA take it out of their curriculum, which they've already done, they're doing exactly what Stalin and Hitler did. In 1934, Adolf Hitler changed and ordered the history books in the schools to be changed.
Yeah, but see, this is different in one way.
They took any reference to World War I out of their history books.
But that was a government takeover type thing. This is politicians or whatever convincing the American public to do this, and the American public is doing petitions to get these monuments removed and whatever. So it's not being done against the people's will.
No,
it's the people doing it.
It's the people that want it done. I don't want it done personally. I don't mind a statue of General Lee. He was a great man. Now, I'm going to get some shit for that. He was a great general. He almost kicked the North's ass. He was
Well,
one battle away from being outside of Washington, D.C. and asking for a declaration of surrender.
No, a couple of weeks ago when they were squawking about the statues and all that, then there was the University of Virginia football game was supposed to be announced by a guy named Robert Lee, an Asian man named Robert Lee. Oh, and the people of color all squeaked and squawked. Oh, his name's Robert Lee. Oh, it's going to give me nightmares because his name's Robert Lee. So they took him off it. It's an Asian guy named Lee, clearly not even a descendant. I mean, come on. We're getting stupid now. People have similar names to people.
It's
now you're going to, come on.
It's the media that's driving the madness. It's the, liberal Democrat media that's pushing the agenda. It really is, because if you want it to go away, stop talking about it.
Yeah.
And it'll go away.
That's
if you want it to stay around, pump the info out, keep it going, and people are going to, yeah, that's right. We should go boycott this and that. But if you stop that, everybody's not going to hear about it, and they're not going to do nothing about it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's sad that if you think about it, we've lived in this kind of a world forever. Even back in the 60s, the media pushed the agendas and whatever. Politicians have had control over the media, and it's everybody. The Republicans have had it at one time, Democrats forever, I would imagine.
Right. Well, those were the Southern, they called them Dixie Democrats. Those were the Dems. Okay, and that's where it all came from. But listen, we'll get back to the original subject of I lost my spot of Walter
sex.
Becker. Yeah, no, we're going to get back to sex in a minute. Right after this, we're going to do a tribute to Walter Becker, and we're going to play a song, and we're going to bring in our next guest, who is the Emerald King, is back with us tonight, and you remember him, don't you, Diamond? And I think you were on the show with him last time. That was fun. We're gonna have fun, folks. So stay with us. But right now, we're gonna do one of my favorites from Donald Becker. God damn! From Donald Fagen and Mr. Walter Becker. This is Ricky. Don't lose that number. KGFRocks.com. Ricky, don't lose that number.
That's about Rick Derringer.
It's about Rick Derringer, really.
Yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, yeah? They wanted him to sing for him?
No, they wanted him to stop losing his fucking number.
Oh. Well, that makes sense. That adds up. Ricky, don't lose that number. Hey, well, welcome to the show, Emerald King, Your Majesty. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Wow, this is the first time we have live two kings and two queens.
Wait a minute, I'm not a queen.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. She's a diamond, and I'm a free ride. Yeah. Not a freeloader, not to be confused with a freeloader.
Well, I'd like to welcome to the show, and I just wanted to say before we go on that on Sunday afternoons, you can hear repeats of this show, and it's a randomly selected show. And today I put it on, and I'm like, listening. I'm like, oh my God, that's such a great voice. And I'm like, holy shit, who is that? And I'm listening, and I was like, the person had such an amazing voice, and it was a good show.
Who was it? You?
Of course, it was me.
Yeah, fuck off. You know what I mean? Hey guys, everybody go fuck you right now. 1, 2, 3, fuck you.
And then that cackle came on right there.
That cackle? Well, it's my show, bitch.
Actually, that's what you should change your name to. You should change it to the Free Ride Dr. Evil show.
The Dr. Evil show? No, because Dr. Evil's already been taken. I mean, seriously. Yeah. I mean, people, they would,
you kind of look like.
I have a hard time getting listeners as it is. I don't want to change my name to Dr. Evil. That doesn't add up.
Dr. Johnny Fever.
I have some clips of him too. I play once in a while. I have him saying, "That was one song. Now here's another one."
He was a trip.
All right, here's everybody's. Who was your favorite character from KRP? Go.
Bailey Quarters.
Quarters. All right.
Bailey Quarters.
I liked Les Nessman. I really did.
You like that?
Venus flytrap.
I liked Doctor what's his
Johnny
name?
Fever.
Johnny Fever.
The doctor is in, and
There was.
I also liked
Carlson was funny too, though.
Mr. Carlson was pretty funny, but I think what's her name? What is her name? Anderson.
Lonnie Anderson.
Lonnie Anderson was the shit, and I was so jealous of Burt Reynolds that I couldn't see straight. I mean,
I was jealous of his mustache.
You were jealous of his mustache?
Yeah,
Well, I do have as a sound clip the best Les Nessman quote of all time, though. As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
Yeah,
I
that's
play
the
that.
best episode ever.
Yeah, that is. That's really when they threw the turkeys out of the back of the helicopter and they couldn't fly. And they were falling from the sky, and they damn near killed people. And I play it every Thanksgiving. I play the entire clip, and that clip is made for radio. You don't
they're
have to
coming
see
down.
that.
Oh my
God!
Oh,
the
kind of
humanity!
Like moment.
We should do our first annual KGF turkey drop, and we'll drop frozen turkeys out of a helicopter.
Oh Lord!
Frozen turkeys out of the helicopter, and they have Santa Claus waving at the kids and shit. Here, catch this motherfucker! 20-pound fucking turkey. Frozen turkeys hit the ground.
Humanity!
There's something,
Frozen
and
turkeys.
There's a banner off of the back of the helicopter. It says WKRP. Oh, it's such a glorious sign. Such a glorious sign. Les Nessman, right here on the radio station.
Well, somebody I know worked at a plumbing shop a while ago, and they were just no, it wasn't plumbing, it was welding. They were just getting started. It was kind of in the guy's backyard, and he got tired of people working with him, going in his house to use the bathroom all the time. Or his wife got tired of that. She was pretty on the outside, his wife. Ugh. So anyway, he installed a toilet there, but there weren't any walls. And so I said this. I said, look, it's the Les Nessman crapper. Because you know how he always wanted walls? He'd put duct tape on the floor around his desk so it looked like he had walls. He had walls.
Right.
And if you walked over the duct tape, he'd stare at you until you moved and came through the doorway in the duct tape.
Yeah.
So somebody did. They put a big marker and wrote on there, Les Nessman Memorial Crapper.
That's how Richard Branson's shitter is. Richard Branson, owner of Virgin Empire, his bathroom is on his private island, of course. It's just right out in the open, tropical island he owns.
Right. Must be nice. I want to own an island. That's one of my.
For a bajillionaire, you can do that any way you want.
Yeah, absolutely. And he all through music.
Yeah, that's true. All through music. Virgin Records. Made a shitload of money on records.
Yeah, then Virgin Airlines, Virgin Mobile, Virgin Superstore, Virgin everything.
The Virgin Channel. The Virgin Channel on television, all that shit. Yeah,
and that's how you get your own private island.
Yeah. He gives a lot of his money away. He really does. He helps out communities and stuff. So that's all good. I mean, that's okay. That's okay. So does anybody here have a sexual bucket list?
No, mine's all checked off.
Yours is all checked off. You've done everything that you.
There's
not one fantasy out there. There's not one fantasy out there that you would like to fucking be a part of. Come on, Guido.
We won't tell.
I am. I'm really thinking. I can't come up with one right now.
Okay. All right. How about you, there, Emerald King? Tell us now.
Yeah.
What's on your bucket list?
Shit, I don't have any. I'm like Guido there. It's up in the air.
It's up in the air.
I don't know.
He wants to do it while skydiving. Oh, he wants to join the Mile High Club. There you go.
All right. See that? Is anybody here a member of the Mile High Club?
No.
No,
They've made the
might consider
bathrooms
that.
smaller and smaller until it's impossible now. One person barely fits in
that's
there.
why they do it. That's why they do it that way. Yeah. And I'm already, really intimidated on an airplane as it is. I don't even know if I could get excited enough to be in the Mile High Club on an airplane.
Now, the legitimate question that I have: does a blowjob count?
No.
Yeah,
I think it would.
that'd
I
be
think it
good.
would count.
I
A
guess it would.
blowjob does count, even if you don't come.
Well,
Under the blanket. Yeah.
Or a hand
especially
job.
from the
A hand job.
stewardess.
See, that's the way you do it.
Yeah.
You get a hand job while you're airborne,
Even.
and you both give each other hand jobs while you're on the plane at night. Maybe you're on the red eye or something.
You
and you're
both
flying
give
back.
each other hand jobs. Who's flying free ride?
No, I'm talking about your
You could do that if she wears a skirt. You could do
Yeah,
that.
if she wears a skirt, you could give her a fucking.
But
you
is
know,
that
give
called
her
a
little
hand
stink
job?
Finger. Huh?
Not exactly.
What is it called? Masturbator? What
I
do
don't know. It's not a hand job.
Finger.
What do they call?
Finger
What do they
fuck.
call it when
Finger
stink finger or what?
Fuck.
I hope it's not stink finger.
No? God, I hope not. No.
Oh, could you imagine?
Yeah,
Could you
Think about-
imagine
think
in
about
that
Hillary.
airplane?
Do you know what my favorite Confucius quote is?
What is that?
Man with itchy ass wakes up with stinky finger.
Yeah. My favorite title is 20 Yards to the Outhouse by Willie Make It, and illustrated by Betty Won't, and Under the Grandstands by Seymour Heine, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah, got them all, man. I got them all. Spots on the Desert by Squat and Leave It.
I'm shaking my head
on
for you. I can't see.
Are you okay? I'm just filling time here. I got a million of them. Caught on a barbed wire fence by Wong Hun Lo. Yeah.
What do you call a woman sitting on the ground with no legs?
Yeah. Okay.
Consuelo.
Consuelo. Yeah.
Consuelo. Yeah,
What do you call a guy with no arms and no legs in the pool?
Bob.
Bob.
On the doorstep.
You
On the
put him
doorstep.
in that.
In the ditch.
In the
I don't know that one.
Phil.
Oh yeah, that would. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, we're all going to hell.
We are
We
going
are
to hell. We're evil.
TCF Conjugal Visits is the show from hell.
We're fucking evil. No question.
We'll talk about the nun later.
Yeah.
So free ride. When you were back in Catholic school, if you did a nun, would that be like a holy fuck?
Yeah, that would be a holy fuck. That most definitely would. Now, if you're an altar boy and you blow the priest, is that? I mean, are you a lucky kid or what?
Yeah, you get your penance then.
I don't know.
No,
is that a holy fuck or what? I mean,
No, that's pretty
Or a
cool.
holy suck.
it's a royal suck or a holy suck. Yeah.
I want to know if it was a nun in your school. It might have been called an easy A.
An easy A. Yes.
I only went to Catholic school for. I never went after that, so I never had to deal with the nuns and the priests.
The nuns and the priests. Well, I had a fantasy fulfilled here recently.
Whoa! Wait a minute. Dave Flubeck died.
Oh, what?
Molly Hatchet. He just died today.
Today? Oh, really?
Is it today? It said this was posted 2 hours ago.
Pull it
sorry,
up. See
Walt.
if it's a fake story.
UltimateClassicRock.com.
Walter Pecker died first. So
Damn.
They're all dying, man. They're all dying, man.
I've seen Molly Hatchet all over the country. I have an autographed 8-track with this guy's autograph on it.
I think I saw Molly Hatchet like 9 times. I saw him in Tucson. And the lead singer passed away. How long ago? God damn, it was back in the 90s. I thought he died of alcohol poisoning.
Well, he was always flirting with disaster.
Yeah, he was flirting with disaster all the time, and
I saw him in Chandler, Arizona, at the Ostrich Festival, and I was standing right at the edge of the stage. I was leaning on the stage.
Back up. What the
Ostrich
fuck is an ostrich festival?
It's they're grown for meat, and they actually have ostrich races. People ride them, and they race them at the Ostrich Festival.
Ride the ostriches.
And they race them at the Ostrich Festival.
They really don't put their head in the sand.
Well, there's not a lot to do in Chandler, Arizona.
I guess so. That's almost as bad as the Rocky Mountain oysters that someone tried to get me to eat one time.
Oh, I've had those. I've had Rocky Mountain oysters.
So you've eaten male nuts.
Yeah, they were cooked pleasantly, and they cut.
Oh
And
God.
I've had, and they make them on a sandwich on Italian roll, and there's a great gravy that goes along with it. It's
Oh
white.
yeah, I'm sure they got that gravy. Yeah, yeah.
Oh no,
no,
testicle gravy. No, that's something else entirely, isn't it?
No. I've
I
had
hope
Rocky Mountain
the
oysters.
bull
Weren't
at
you already
least.
talking about testicle gravy?
I hope he at
Testicle
least
gravy.
ate pineapple before.
Yeah. Well, we've had it all. I mean, I've eaten dog before when I was in
What?
Korea. Yes, I ate dog in Korea.
No,
I
that's
ate
what before you ate it.
Yeah, it's good. And I had monkey meat in the Philippines. They eat the spider monkey. It's a delicacy there. And let's see, what else have I eaten? I've eaten half fertilized chicken, eggs, which is called balut, which
Balut,
is
yeah.
yeah.
Well, then you have to age them for a long time too.
Yeah, they let the egg come to fruition and the
Ballots are
embryo.
ducks. Ballots are duck eggs, though.
Yeah, duck eggs, right? Exactly. And then they bury them in the ground, and then you crack a hole in the top and you suck it out. It's great when you got a hangover.
Just go to McDonald's.
Yeah, let's go to McDonald's. Well,
Yeah,
it's better food than McDonald's.
But
I mean, when I go to McDonald's, it's eat. 15 minutes later, I'm taking a shit.
Well, that's the whole purpose.
Well, no, it's not. The purpose is to fill your belly, not to poison your fucking
Listen,
your bowel region.
No, I will never suggest that anybody eats shit like McDonald's on a regular basis.
yeah, that's what I said. I'd almost eat Balut before I would eat McDonald's.
But if you're, having trouble going to the bathroom, don't get X-Lax or none of that shit. Just go get a fucking Big Mac. You'll be shitting soon.
Well, actually, we have a chain here called Filiberto's that's even better for that. It is. Yeah, they used to be really good before they rounded up all their illegals and took them away. Back about 15 years ago, they rounded up because they had apartments. It was a whole chain. They're in California and Arizona. This chain of fast food, of drive-through Mexican food, and they were using all illegals. And they had them. They would have
authentic
apartments.
Mexican food.
Yeah, they'd have apartments, and like 30 of them would live there, and like one shift of them is sleeping in the apartment, the other shift is at the restaurant, and they would swap them back and forth. But it was well known. Don't ask for anything. Don't ask for any substitutions or changes or anything else because they don't speak English. All they know is 1, 2, 3,
Right.
4. You order number 1, the number 2, number that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, don't
That's
say
it.
anything
Yeah.
else to them because they're going to screw it up.
They had a place like that. There was a place like that in Tucson. I think it's the same place you're talking about. And I used to go there.
Yes, Filiberto's, yeah.
Oh yeah, and we go in there and we would get their breakfast burrito. This fucking burrito was 1.5 pounds, maybe 2
It was
pounds.
good.
They were huge, and it was the most delicious food I've ever eaten. Matter of fact, I could eat half of it, wait for lunch, and eat the other fucking half. I mean, it was huge, and their sauce was just amazing. It was
Well,
really
yeah,
good
but then
food.
they made them get rid of their illegals, and they had to make up the money somewhere, and unfortunately, it was in food quality. because
Free Ride has mentioned the word sauce about 5 times already in this conversation.
yeah, I know. Before he was talking about bukkake, and now it's the
Yeah.
sauce. It's a
Right.
code.
It's code. It's definitely code. So,
It's-
my fantasy actually I had fulfilled recently was to have a MILF flirt with me on the road and stop and say hi and exchange phone numbers and then go get laid. But it didn't happen exactly like that. It was more like, well, pull over. And then she pulled over, and then she fucking, and I went to talk to her, and she whipped out a badge and asked me if I had a problem.
Oh my God.
And I said, no, I don't have a problem. I thought you were flirting with me. And she laughed. She goes, not on your best day. And I said, okay. And she drove off. So that was kind of a rude awakening there. I won't be doing that very often on the highway anymore.
Wow.
Yeah. Any fantasies fulfilled for you there lately there, big guy? Nothing
No.
for you?
Emerald King.
No
No.
fantasies? No? Nothing? I mean, come on. Somebody's got to
Nothing.
have something on their bucket list that they want to do.
Yeah, I do. Katy Perry.
Katy Perry. There you go.
No.
That's my
Nah.
bucket list. Or my bucket list.
Okay. So who here has a who's your movie star crush there, Diamond?
Sam Elliott all the way.
Sam Elliott, really?
Or Sean Connery. Sean Connery was a sexy young man. He was a sexy middle-aged man. Now he's a sexy old man. His looks have changed completely 100%, but he's still got it.
He's still got
There's
it.
just
Okay.
something about that old man.
How about you there, Emerald King, Your Majesty? How about you?
No, goddamn, I got nothing.
You got nothing. You don't have a sexy
Mine's
movie
Jay
star.
Leno.
Who's is that your man crush?
I want him to chin my ass.
I got a thing for a newscaster lady, Julie Chang.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Asian.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. You like the? Oh yeah, she's pretty hot, huh?
Actually,
Yeah.
if there's somebody that I could do, it would be the old version of Marilyn Chambers back when she was in, Behind the Green Door. And all that.
Oh yeah. She was
I always liked her. She was my favorite porn star because you could always tell when she was faking it and when she was really getting off. Most of the time she was really getting off, but every so often, if you watched her, you could tell when she was faking it.
Well, that's back when there was actually some plots and some acting abilities needed in those. I mean, they weren't great actors. I'm not saying that.
Was the time of Taboo and The Devil and Miss Jones and these classic movies that actually had a plot. The Anatomy of a Flea.
What about Linda Lovelace? So it was a Deep Throat.
Deep Throat that had a plot to it. She had a clitoris in her throat.
Yeah, that's a good plot.
How stupid was that?
How stupid!
And then the song, "How Deep Your Throat."
The one thing that Marilyn Chambers never did was she didn't do bukkake.
No,
she thought it was degrading to get bukkake.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll do it. I mean, one person. If you're with one person, something happens to go somewhere.
Well, that's a facial.
But
okay,
to have like 10 of them stand over you, that doesn't do it for me. No.
What?
Yeah, right. Ask Mary.
Great hair gel.
Yeah. Well, it's. I mean, they say it doesn't hurt the skin, so.
It's good.
Just don't get it in your eye. If you get it in your eye, you'll be really sorry. Just don't get it in your eye.
I think they said that what's her name, Cleopatra, used to get her slave guys to spoo all over her.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
It's
It
actually
was good for the skin.
Well, I want to give help to all women that are doing workouts and everything. I know you need a lot of protein, so if just give me a call and I'll help you out there.
Oh
yeah.
Protein's good when you're working out.
Well, here's a guy who was arrested for foul play. It's on the 98 Rock website. That's the rock station in Tampa. He's for sexually abusing chickens. He was found in a chicken coop with dead birds at his feet, and then he was arrested a second time for breaking a rooster's neck. I guess it's competition. He was found in a neighbor's goose pen trying to molest the geese.
Oh, he really liked the cock.
Good Lord.
He was
a month after his arrest, he was arrested for trying to steal a German Shepherd. Crossing species all over the place now.
And let me guess, they found a fucking jar of peanut butter, right?
He's so 4 years in prison for plucking a chicken so he could have sex with it in a motel room.
Some people just got a thing for animals, man.
You chicken fucker.
That ain't right.
That's kind of sick, man.
That ain't right. No.
Well,
this one guy used to hit the barns and get the horses in the barns, and then he lost his wallet one time. This was in St. Louis or Missouri, and he got busted by leaving his wallet behind.
Wow.
Yeah.
Would he jerk the horses off or something?
No, he'd bone them in the.
Well, I've seen another one where the guy was letting the horse bone him, and it's just, oh God, no.
That's a lot of meat.
I wouldn't want any. That's all right. No,
can you imagine that
it's
between
not
your
good. I want to keep it that way. I'm not letting anything like that near me. No.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that hot dog between your buns?
No, thank you. No.
Thank you very much.
How about the horse cum shot all over your face? How would that do?
So,
You need a
Has it-
snorkel.
have any of you ever seen the Sylvester Stallone porn?
I absolutely party at Kitty and Studs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's so amazing. Sylvester Stallone naked, fucking. It's awesome.
Is it? Did you like it?
I did.
No.
Yeah. The way it sounds like you enjoyed it.
And here it comes.
Yo, Adrian, I'm coming.
Oh, no.
You never saw? Yeah, Sylvester Stallone's really in a porno. It was his first movie.
It was his very first movie,
Yeah.
and he did a porn movie. You can look it up. It's out there. You can find
It's
it.
actually on YouTube. The whole video.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord have mercy. What's it called?
Party at Kitty and Studs.
Yep. Party at Kitty and Studs.
All right.
Hey, would you like to come over to my place? You know,
Just looks
tonight?
okay.
We could.
Well,
get
any
it
movie
on
where
the
there's
film.
not a lot of lines, Sylvester Stallone was pretty good in.
Well, so was Arnold Schwarzenegger then.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
I'll be back. You know, and the scene where he comes back after Rambo 2, when he comes back. I want what they want. And I go, what the fuck? I had it on the other day, and I said, Jesus, this was good back then. And they had a lot of those fucking propaganda films where they're trying to make up for the mistakes of Vietnam. For the longest time, him and Chuck Norris did these movies, and actually what they did was they actually turned it upside down and turned us out to be the bad guys, which we were, because we were involved in a war we should have never been in the first place. And actually gave the legacy of LBJ and Richard Nixon. I gave them both a haircut, to be honest.
Tell me what war we should have been in.
Oh, World War II.
World War II.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That I agree with.
And we
Absolutely.
should have been in World War II earlier.
But Korea, Vietnam, Iraq,
No.
Afghanistan,
No.
none of them we
No.
belong.
No, the only one that I feel in the last few years.
Oh my God, Stallone's sex face. Oh, I can't stand it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's still
Oh,
on
his sex
face.
face is awful. It's funny.
The only war that I agreed with was the Kuwait War, the war with Desert Storm.
No, that was also about oil.
Now it may have been about oil, but it was also about a country who invaded another country who couldn't defend themselves. And
Why is
that's
that
what
our?
it was.
Why is that our business?
It's our business because if he had taken control of that, he would have had control of the Straits of Hormuz and would have impeded the movement of goods between the Indian Ocean and the Mediterranean, and that would have blocked off food and supplies to other countries. And you
So
just
then you have
don't
to
fucking
decide
do that.
whether or not you're going to shave your pubes, guys. Have you ever shaved the ball sack? I mean, doesn't it crawl
Yeah.
around? It kind of moves around.
Yes.
I mean,
I used to until I nicked.
Yeah, I did it until I got nicked one time, and it was on the ball sack. I got nicked.
It was
And
right
hurt
on, it was
like a
right on
motherfucker.
the line that separates the two balls.
the taint.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No, it wasn't the taint. It wasn't the taint. It was the Balzac, right up underneath.
Oh, that's
Oh,
bad.
yeah, and it nicked it real good. And I was using clippers, electric style, so it would go faster.
Oh no, not the clippers. No, you never
No.
use clippers on your
Well,
wang.
no,
Never.
it worked really well in the pubic area, but you're not on the ball sack.
No, you can't. No.
Well, how do you
that's what I-
shave? How do you shave your ball sack without fucking cutting your nuts off?
With a straight razor.
So like flatten it out. I don't know. I don't have any, but
I
I'm
fucking-
just trying to change the subject.
Do you shave? I mean, I obviously you shave, correct? Do you shave or do you have a landing strip? Well,
I'm
you
more
brought it
natural
up.
than- I
You
used
brought.
Well, my hair grows really fast, so it's really inconvenient to keep it. I mean, it's like
Okay, you got a bush.
and
That's okay.
touch it up before I ever do anything. It's ridiculous. So I keep it shaved for a while, and then let it back for a while, and then but then when you get
so
fresh
every once
shave,
in a while, you
that-
got to let it go 1970s.
that's where we're at. We're very tidy.
I think 1970s is very sexy. I don't. I like
Very
a,
tidy 1970s.
I like a little hair on the bush.
Yeah.
I like a little
I
hair
like
on the
with the
bush.
grass cut though. Yeah.
You like the
I
grass
it with
low?
the grass cut low. When the grass is cut low.
When the grass is cut low. But
I like it.
now,
I like
do
it like
you
fucking.
like it when it's bristly, or do you like it when it's just fucking smooth as a baby's bottom?
No, when it's soft, but I enjoy a little hair on there.
You like a little
shaving for just occasionally, because then you get that extreme sensitivity, and let it grow back again and do it again.
Well, I have a beard, so I like it to feel like I'm like making out with another beard.
Is shaving the taint really dangerous? You have to be really careful in the
You
taint
get the
area?
you get the I don't know. You get the scissors and go at it. No razor or nothing.
No.
Maybe around the outside.
Well, now if you get your partner to shave you, girls, I wouldn't shave a guy, but you get for ladies, get your partner to shave you. That's very erotic.
Why wouldn't you shave a guy?
Because that crawls around. No. Well, actually, I don't need that. I prefer a man to be a man. Body hair is
whether it tickles your nose or not, right?
Well,
the body hair is. Trim it within normal limits.
Well, you're in luck because my ass looks like Bob Marley. So.
Well, body hair is the catch of manhood. I don't prefer to be with a little boy, so a guy doesn't need to shave his junk for me. No, I don't want to feel like I'm with a little boy. That's okay.
Yeah, but see, some guys shave the junk area because they think it makes it look bigger.
Well, you can just trim it down, and that'll have the same effect.
I like it like a full bit. Like, yeah, it is bigger. You just can't see it with all the hair,
Oh, yeah, okay.
Right. So shaving is optional, and so that's all good. That's good information to have. Has sex ever put anybody in the hospital?
Yeah. My last heart attack.
I think he wins on that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I just finished making love. I just finished making love with my wife, and bang, that's when it hit.
Wow. Well, at least you got to finish.
I know. I thought, what a way to go.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It didn't happen during. It happened very couple minutes after. So
that's
yeah.
good.
Okay.
So
wow.
tell it.
Oh yeah.
No. I put a woman in the hospital one time because she thought I was so repulsive to her. She tripped over the sidewalk and almost got hit by a car. So, but no, I never had sex with someone in the hospital or went in the hospital.
Well, I didn't actually have sex. Okay, I was, how old was I? Let me see. I started living with this guy when I was 17. He was 23. And then, I don't know, I guess about a year after that, he was injured. He's a construction worker. He fell 2.5 stories onto concrete.
Ow.
Well, the only thing that saved his life was that his left hand, he fell kind of sideways to the left rather than straight down forward, and his left hand hit the pavement first, and his head hit his hand. That's what saved his life. Crushed his hand, but that's what saved his life. The fact that his head hit his hand. If it didn't, he'd have died on the spot. So okay, so he was.
But sex didn't do that, right?
But he was in one hospital for a while, then he was moved to another one. First he was going to die, and then he was never going to walk again, but he gradually recovered, though. And so the hospital he was moved to was St. Joseph's Hospital in Tampa, which, had nuns for a lot of the nursing staff. And they had, between the two beds was almost like an armoire, piece of furniture, so that you couldn't see each other from one bed to the other unless you slid open a little door in it. So he'd been in there for a while, and so he, wanted me to go down on him, so I did. And while I was doing this, the nun walked in. It's like, ah! She's, whoa!
Holy shit!
Wait.
So she turned around and ran out, and we both laughed, and then I just continued what I was doing. She didn't come back.
She didn't come back? Yeah, and you took care of him and finished it, huh?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Of course I did.
Did you leave did you open the armoire?
No.
Yeah.
You gave the other guy a heart attack, probably.
Yeah.
Never know.
You never know. I just I couldn't understand how. There is a time I was going to say, not that I put anybody in the hospital. But I was at my friend's house when I was like 14 years old, and his mom screaming from the other room to call the ambulance because she was masturbating with a cucumber and it got stuck in there.
Ooh.
So what would you need an ambulance for?
I don't. Well, we were. What are we going to do? I don't know. It got stuck sideways.
Oh,
Oh God.
she was a mom. Was she a MILF?
Well, if she wasn't, then she was then. After that, you know.
I mean, because you could have gone in there and taken it out for her and says, "Here, try something just a little smaller."
Right.
And, that sounds like a porn movie to me.
When I was 16, I met my next girlfriend at the bus stop. I was taking my little brother to the bus stop, and she was taking her son, and I started dating a woman, and it was, I used to call her Mrs. Robinson, but it was cool.
Yeah.
And my father used to always say he was going to call the police and have her arrested, but he never did because secretly he was proud of his son.
Right.
Yeah.
Secretly he was proud of his son. There was a teacher just recently who got 25 years for fucking one of her male students and got caught. 35 years in prison for having sex with a 16-year-old kid.
That sucks.
Do you think? I mean, back in my day, it was a slap on the back and say, "Way to fucking go, dude! Kick ass! You screwed your teacher." Way to go. But today it's
something. What the fuck, man?
Yeah, it's 35 years in prison.
I always wish it happened to me. Never happened to me.
But
I always fantasize.
But the problem with then and today is I'm not saying they weren't. Some of the younger girls were sexualized then, but now with the internet, they're all whores. And sometimes they now initiate that encounter instead of the other way around, how it used to be.
True.
An older man would that girl's hot, start talking to her or whatever. Now with the internet and that, these girls are doing it to the older men, and these guys are going to jail for a long time, or getting, probations or whatever, so the internet's a dangerous thing for people.
Right.
Well, I don't know. When I was 15, my boyfriend was 21.
You like the older men.
I figured out when I was in high school that, well, for one thing, I developed early. So when I was 14, I easily looked 18. I look at, you see 14-year-old girls, they're built like 14-year-old girls. I wasn't. I was already built like a woman. I looked like a 14-year-old girl when I was 10. I developed early. It's the way it is. And but the high school boys couldn't really appreciate that. Right. I was considered fat. I look at pictures. I saw recently, my dad gave me some pictures of myself, and I'm like, look at those skinny arms. I wasn't the least bit fat at all. I was just built like a woman. It's all, I had hips and breasts. I didn't have little nubs.
You knew you were in trouble when you went to your first gynecologist, and he said, "Oh, wow." You're what? You're 14?
No, I took myself when I was 16 and got the pill. My parents never took me. When I was 18, my mom was like, "I'll take you to get the pill if you want." I whipped them out of my purse, slapped them on the counter, and said, "Next." Next subject.
Yeah, you need a bag of weed? I got one of those too.
But so anyway, I figured out that guys in their 20s had jobs.
Yeah.
They had cars.
Right.
They have apartments, so you don't have to do it in the car unless you want to.
Right.
Just and they were appreciative of someone who looks like a woman. So it all worked out. Even though I was,
they like the young girls. Come on, every older guy dreams about having the young girl.
Well, I don't know. Ran into that guy was 21 when I was 15. I'm friends with him online, and he said something about that when we first reconnected on Classmates, so we ran into each other. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I remember you when you were 17." I was like, "No, it was much pervier than that. I was 15, and you knew it."
It's a natural thing, isn't it? Today that men, I mean, you fantasize about
my wife. the other night played an 11-year-old, and she was going to be 12 tomorrow, and her mom didn't care.
No. Yeah. Well, role play. There's another thing. Do you ever role play with your partner? That
Yeah.
Always.
The
yeah.
current one that I have.
The current one. Yeah.
Not
Okay.
the current one that I had before.
Do you ever the one fantasy role play that I've played with my current wife is room service, where she walks.
Nice.
Yeah, when she walks into the room and I'm masturbating, and she walks into the room and she's, oh, excuse me, and I said, whoa, 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 wait a minute, don't go anywhere, and that's a gas. That was a
Did
gas.
anybody order cocktail Wheaties? Oh shit!
Oh, I really shouldn't. I really
I
shouldn't
thought he was
be.
going to say, did anybody order cock? What?
I'm not supposed to be in here. I'm not. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. It's okay. She goes, I didn't
I'd
know
like
you.
that. I'd like that room service, but it'd have to be the other way around. I'd come in
Yeah.
with the champagne or whatever,
Right.
and then she'd be on the bed masturbating.
Oh well. Yeah.
That's
That's
love.
what
Yeah,
we
yours,
do.
yours actually sounds sexier than some guy jerking off in the bedroom. But anyways, you know,
Yeah.
mine is pizza delivery.
It was in a hotel, bitch.
Mine's pizza delivery guy. Here's your pizza, lady, and here's your pepperoni.
And here's your tip.
Yeah, the sauce will come later.
Here's your
Back to the testicle sauce again.
Did you ever see the James Bond porn movie called Thunder Pussy?
Thunder Pussy. I've heard. That's an old one. Isn't it 70s or 80s?
80s.
80s. Yeah, I think I've seen that.
It was
before.
Octopussy and Thunderdome, right?
Right.
Yeah. It's Thunder Pussy.
Thunder Pussy. No, but I've seen the movie Flesh Gordon.
Yeah.
That was an R movie. That was rated R.
Forrest Hump.
Forrest Hump. Let's see. There's all kinds of them. Oh, they had a Gilligan's Island ripoff. What the fuck was it? Oh God, I can't think of it now. I mean, it was a takeoff from.
It was
Gilligan.
Marianne's hotter than Ginger, right?
Yeah, well, Marianne was very fucking hot. Marianne was.
Yeah, she was hotter than
Okay.
Ginger.
Okay, so
Definitely.
who would you rather do? I mean, who would you rather be with? If you had to be with a woman, Diamond, which one would you choose?
Oh, Marianne, definitely Marianne.
Marianne. How about you, Guido? Which one was
Miss-
your choice?
Yeah.
Mrs. Howell.
Mrs. Howell. Nice.
Howell.
She's got the money, right?
She's got that MILF thing going.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's more
she
like
wore
a-
granny panties too. She wore granny panties. I can guarantee you
No,
that.
I would
Like a
definitely-
G MILF.
Yeah. It would definitely be Marianne.
Bill?
Yeah, yeah. How about you, Emerald King, Your Majesty?
Oh, Mary Ann for sure.
Marianne. So Ginger's left out. I'd like to have Marianne sitting on my cock and have the Ginger just observing and taking care of Marianne. So I'd like to have them both at the same time. This would be my.
Mary Ann gets everything, right?
Marianne gets it all, but Ginger gets to play around. So
Mary Ann, see what it is. Mary Ann and the professor were fucking. They definitely were.
oh yeah. Yeah, you can't tell me they were stuck on that island for 4 seasons.
The only
man.
one that
4
didn't
fucking
get
years.
any dick or any pussy was Gilligan, because the skipper was fucking Ginger, Hal was fucking, his wife, Lovey, and the professor Marianne.
No,
and
no.
Gilligan had the hand, man.
No. You got it all wrong. That old fucker was fucking all 3 of them women. He had more money than Davy Crockett. You guys say, when we get off the island, I'm going to take good care of you. Okay, so you get on your knees and take care of business. Okay, so don't tell me that you can't tell me that the professor would be the one that was actually blowing the skipper.
See, I couldn't do like, if I was a woman, I couldn't have sex with the millionaire, because every time he talks, he reminds me of fucking Mr. Magoo. So why the fuck would I want to screw that?
Well, no, but you're not.
Wow.
It's the money thing. Okay. We'll go to. Would you do it for? Okay. All right. There's a great. This is like a truth or dare question here. What would you do for $1 million? Would you give head
I'd
for
do
a
a
million dollars?
Bukkake for $1 million.
You do a
Shit, are you kidding me?
bukkake. You do a
Yeah.
bukkake for $1 million. Now, the thing is would you be
Yes,
able
I
to?
would.
Would you be willing to clean off some of those cocks after they're done?
Oh,
That'd have to be at least
That's a little-
$2 million.
That's $1,500,000.
That's $1,500,000.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All
Hey,
right. What?
As
what
long
would-
as I got my breath strips with me, I'm good.
You're good. You're good. Okay. Would you do a bukkake for $1
Yeah, I
million,
can always-
Guido?
Wash,
I do it for $20.
I'd always wash my mouth.
You do it for $20.
Fuck, I'm so broke. I'll do it for shit. Give me a $25 gift card to Best Buy.
oh my God.
It's it don't take much. It's just a little wet and warm, whatever.
Yeah, you just wash it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, how
How
about
about
you,
you,
Dennis?
right? No, let's go to you.
Let's
We
go.
already-
Yeah, I do
Blindfold me.
I do a bukkake for $1 million.
now,
Yeah, I know.
But it'd be $1 million.
If I
It'd have to
were-
be
If I
$2
had a
million.
blindfold or something on, that'd be better too. A blindfold.
You don't want to get that stuff in your eye, believe me.
Well, I'd have. Well,
Not
yeah,
good.
I would have to be either blindfolded or wear some extremely dark sunglasses.
I wear my sunglasses.
That way, I couldn't
at
see it
night.
coming. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it just doesn't.
Diamond is avoiding answering the $1 million question.
Oh, nobody asked me.
What would you do for $1 million?
No, the question is, would you bukkake for $1 million?
Yeah, would you bukkake for $1 million?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Depends on how much I get to drink first.
Okay, and the question is would it be videotaped for proof?
Would you want to pick your victims?
Yeah, would it? Okay. In a group of guys, would it have to be people you know or total strangers?
I'd rather it be total strangers.
Yeah,
Total.
definitely. Because then you'd be thinking about it. Oh, dude, Johnny.
Because then you won't have to
Yeah,
see the
yeah.
dog. You get that smirk every time you see them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's my dick pics?
That makes Thanksgiving rather uncomfortable, right?
Yeah. That's my family usually does.
Yeah. Family
I
holidays
saw
are never
this
fun.
one porn movie one time where it was something about a glory hole, right? And I hope that it was a fake one, but the girl's like going to town on this dude's fucking Johnson and shit, and then at the end they show each other them, and it was her brother.
Oh, it turned out to be her brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's one called Plato's Retreat. Plato's Retreat. It's about a mother who is so fucking. She takes her son to this club, this swingers club that she goes to, and everything is incognito, and she ends up having sex with her son, and
No.
and it's like it's very Freudian. Okay, the kid is all fucked up in the head and shit. So maybe you'll learn something. You come with me. I'll take you down there. I'll have the girls take care of you. You'll learn something, right? Well, it turns out she's the one that's on the other side of the. Yeah, well, the kid is all fucked up, and he can't get laid. The girls don't like him, that kind of shit. So I'll show you how it's done. So she takes him to the club, and then she's behind the curtain, and she ends up, doing the glory hole thing with him, and it turns out to be her kid. But that, that's one of those '70s movies like Taboo.
Yeah, I would have stopped
Behind the
watching
Green
that.
Door. Behind the Green Door.
Oh,
It's got a great
Jimmy.
plot to it. It's not just about the incest, which is a very common in a lot of countries.
So I think he's made quite a study of these porn movies to have memorized all the plots of the different ones. And I
Well,
remember
yeah.
that I enjoyed Behind the Green Door, but I couldn't tell you a damn thing about the plot.
So he
the
actually
plot was
must
is they
read
take
Yeah.
the plot was to the Green Door. Was
See what I
behind-
mean? He just goes right on.
It's about a group of guys that gather up these women, and they actually kidnap them and take them to this club, and then they are persuaded to participate in the show. And there's a show on stage live where people pay to come in and watch the show while they have sexual activity in the audience. And that's what that movie's all about. That's
Okay.
My first porno that I ever watched, it was in the 80s, and it just happened to be a weird one. It was called I Spit on Your Grave.
Oh, I love that one. I actually have that here. I have the DVD. Yeah, there's something about that one. I guess it's because I don't know, it's very 70s. It's
Very 70s, yeah. Yeah, and it was like I know they remade it a few years ago, and I didn't see the remake, but for the time period that was out, that was very brutal and graphic. You know,
it was quite.
Oh, I mean, like the girl got raped in the movie, 3-4 times, and then she came back and fucked them all up. So
she came back and pretended that she liked it, and was trying to like flirt with all the guys who did it one at a time and did brutal things back to them. It was pretty graphic.
Mm-hmm. She cut the guy's dick off in the bathtub.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like a whole bunch of different things in one. You had a horror movie, a revenge movie, basically. You know, so it was a good movie, actually.
Last House on the Left? Is that what you're talking about?
No.
No, I Spit on Your Grave.
Oh, I Spit on Your Grave. Oh, okay. Well, Last House on the Left, that's another quasi-porn movie. And another one which was good was Caligula. Has anyone seen Caligula?
Yeah, Caligula was something else.
Caligula was weird. I mean, they had sex with animals, and they had sex with animals, and they had orgies, and a lot of homosexuality back in the Roman days. I don't know how they procreated. There were a lot of guys fucking guys back then.
Well, that's how. See, I think this is what happened, and not even being stupid. They knew that back then in the religion, you could only have sex used to recreate. If you didn't want children, you didn't have sex. There was no birth control, so you just did the next best thing. Your friend's ass. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw something like that in an old movie recently, and the woman was talking. I guess they were a middle-aged couple who were just recently married, though. I guess he was a widower, and his kids were grown. Well, she was talking about wanting to have kids, and and I said to the people watching TV with me, I said, well, it's not really an option back then. At the time then that was supposedly taking place, there was no dependable birth control at the time. So if you're going to have sex regularly and your parts are working, eventually you're going to get pregnant and that's it. There's no planning. We want to have kids. No, we don't. No.
There was a lot of disease back then and stuff like that. And the infant mortality rate was like, what was it? 1 in 4 didn't make it. Something ridiculous like that. And so what they did was to keep from having sex was to making babies was homosexual activity. And back then they weren't shy about sex like they aren't shy about sex in Europe now.
It's still I don't know, the back door is still illegal in some states. It's illegal in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Well, sodomy,
I'm a backdoor man.
Yeah, sodomy is one thing, and in Europe, sex is like fucking, hey, well, it's just sex, man. What are you all uptight about? It's even in their fucking commercials.
It's not society that makes sex bad. It's religion that makes sex bad.
Well, I don't know. I thought that procreating with your wife was supposed to be done. It was supposed to be fun.
Yeah, just for that. No, it's not supposed to be
not
fun.
Your neighbor.
It's just
not your neighbor.
Right, not your neighbor. Mm-hmm. Don't covet thy neighbor.
Yeah.
You're not even supposed to.
Well, what about someone across town? Is that okay? They're not my neighbor.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, that's what people. Oh, you can't. Do her in the ass. That's a sin. Why? And why is there a law against anal sex in Pennsylvania when it's nobody's fucking business what I do in my private home?
Well, they did that. They weren't going after husbands and wives. That was a way to oppress gay people.
Right.
Yeah.
So they didn't figure that regular, nice married people would be doing such a thing anyway. There was one. It was Sex in the City. There was one of the characters who was very uptight. And she was dating a guy who wanted to have anal with her, and they'd been talking about it for days or something. He's like, "No, I want to, but I can't." Well, no, I don't even want to because I want to get married one day, and I don't want to be Miss Up the Butt because whoever heard of Mrs. Up the Butt? Nobody marries the Up the Butt girl. It's like, the girl has so many issues. Good grief, Mrs. Up the Butt.
Mrs. Up the Butt.
It would have been a better catch for me. Yeah, you're a winner. Yeah, you're a keeper.
Yeah, you're a keeper.
Yeah.
Well, I think as long as both people agree, both people are of age and both people agree and nobody gets hurt, I think anything goes, really. As long as both people agree.
But both agree.
There's also like some cities or states that oral sex is illegal.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, same reason. Their point was to oppress gay people.
Right.
In like Alabama, you can't buy sex toys. You can't buy dildos.
I'll bring my own.
You can't. Oh no! Don't get if you have to stay there one day, and have to stay in one of their hotels. Don't get caught with a dildo. It's against the law.
In Alabama, I brought them with me when I moved there. I didn't advertise it on the streets or anything.
Well, that's what cucumbers are for.
Getting stuck.
Well,
and we're back to that again.
Zucchinis better because zucchinis hold up better because cucumbers, once they get warm, they get,
Messy.
soft and.
You should
zucchini is definitely preferable to cucumbers. I read that somewhere.
You should try ginger root.
Yeah, I remember that. They call that figging.
Yes, they do.
You call it figging? Well, wait.
You peel a piece of raw ginger and place. Yeah, masters like to do that. That's the thing.
And you put it in the anal cavity, and it burns.
Put it in the vagina also.
You could, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's anal figging or vaginal figging.
Yeah.
Kind of.
It burns, huh? Have you tried it?
Oh.
It kind of burns good. I mean, so I read it somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. That deserves a round of applause.
Yes. I don't know why they call it.
So
figging,
using vegetables is okay by you, Diamond.
Well,
If you got to do
Diamond
what you got to do,
is
right?
red as a ruby right now. We're gonna have to call it Ruby.
Yeah. And as far as toys, what is your preference?
The anal annihilator 4000.
I've got a toy. I'll share mine if you. I've got a toy. I'll share mine if you share yours.
well, I don't even know what
What do
it's
you do?
called.
You got a jackhammer?
Huh? You've got choices.
You got a jackhammer?
Free Ride's got a fleshlight.
No, I use anal beads. I use anal beads, so that's
You
always
got to use the toilet paper roll.
yeah.
Well, well, one time a friend of mine and I made a sex toy out of a reciprocating saw, or sawzall, as you might know them.
Yeah.
That makes them quite excellent. Yeah, we had seen them in videos and stuff, so he bought a cheap one and we accessorized it, and it worked quite well. It was pretty awesome.
I'm sure it did.
Yeah, power tools, man.
So you get excited when you walk by construction sites?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah, I do.
Do you?
Yeah, especially
if
when they whistle. Hey.
Yeah.
Usually, if someone does that to my wife or something and they whistle, I'll be like, "Oh, dude, thanks."
I get this image of Guido walking. I get this image of Guido walking by a fucking construction site with this cut-off t-shirt with his fucking hairy belly sticking out and his tight
Daisy
blue
Dukes.
jeans and his Daisy Dukes. Yeah, walking
got it.
by, hi fellas, and his beard.
I always think these guys walking by my wife going, I love you.
It's not hi, fellas. It's hey, boys.
Hey boys.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You got to make that S a little more. It's hey, boys.
Oh my god.
Then it's valid. So
Then
yeah.
it's valid.
There's like everywhere you go, there's gay clubs or whatever. But this is the thing: is I don't get with equality. Everybody wants to be equal. Okay, I'm fine with that. But then why is there gay clubs?
There's gay clubs because I want a place where that they can go without going to.
No, that's not what everybody wants with gay people and straight people or whatever. The kids of today, the people running the world today, think everybody should be the same. So if everything's the same, why is there a gay club or a BET or things that identify you as the person you're trying not to be identified as?
Well, first of all, that is a part of who we become.
Right.
It's
I
not
thought he was
like
going to
that.
say that's a part of who we be.
Yeah.
No, because we have lived so long with stereotypes in this country that it is a natural extension of the human behavior, and it's not like that in all countries or all areas. It's not like I was just talking about in Europe. In Europe, gay clubs, swinger clubs, they're all intertwined. There's a lot of bisexuality. It's a very open sex and very open to just the human sexuality. In the United States, we are God fearing, and it has.
Oh, today is actually the National Day of Prayer, according to President Trump, for us to pray for Houston today.
I already did
National
that.
National
I did
Day
that.
of Prayer.
I
Well,
already did that.
I can't even
Prayer
talk
has
shit.
nothing to
No.
do with sex, I feel bad now as far as the folks down in Houston go. As far as that goes, I hope them nothing but well, and I see that the government has got a hand on it, and things are moving okay. There's not a lot going on. Hey, listen, if this storm had hit India, we'd be talking about thousands of deaths. Hundreds of thousands of people would die. Right now, we're under 100.
Well,
And
I wish I
know it's
lived
sad.
closer. I would help with the animals at least.
Well, yeah, the animals are one thing. I mean, but when it comes to the United States of America, everybody knocks the United States. And no, we're not the greatest country in the world anymore. But I'm going to tell you, if that storm had hit
I guess
another
that depends
country,
on your criteria.
yeah, I mean,
Well, we're not
That
the
depends
elite.
on your criteria.
well,
Yeah,
we're not
I-
the elite, but I'll tell you
No.
what, no one else can handle a fucking hurricane like we do.
Well,
Nobody.
Nobody can handle. Maybe besides Europe, some of the European countries. America really gets together when they need to.
Who's talking back? Who's listening to us?
Someone's
I
got
don't-
their speakers up or something.
I don't hear nothing.
I hear it echoing back to me. Everybody else hear it okay? No, it's gone now. Okay, it's gone. But
I don't hear nothing.
Okay, it's okay. That's all right. We're back. It sounds better now. I hear it. I don't hear it anymore either. Okay, so if this had happened someplace else, there's no way in hell you'd be under 100 deaths, and that's how we respond.
Well, that's because the response happened, along with the president and the governor of Texas, and the response happened actually before the storm ever hit. They were already. Now, I happened to fly through Houston that Friday. That's when I was coming back from Florida, and that was a little scary when I was waiting in the at Tampa Airport that morning, and the sky to the west was black from the ground up, just black, and it was quite a little bit terrifying. And the night before, I had been on the phone to the airline trying to just change my seat selection, and I had to wait for a long time. I got into the automated thing and then just had the speakerphone going for like 25 minutes before I finally got a human being. And she said, "I'm sorry you were on hold for so long. We have like 1,000 callers." That was everybody trying to reroute their trip plans to avoid Texas or to cancel altogether. And so the flights were mostly pretty empty, but while I was at Houston, the flights leaving Houston, like the flight to
People were getting
somewhere in
out
New
of Dodge.
Jersey somewhere in New Jersey where nobody would generally want to go was packed because everybody was getting out. But the second flight, I half expected that I would have to spend some time waiting in Houston, but no, actually the flights were ahead of time, and they went really, really, really high to go over the top of Harvey. So it worked out okay, but it was frightening flying on that day.
I would imagine, yeah.
Harvey was pretty fucked up, man. That was a badass storm. And
It was. It could have been much, much worse.
Well, yeah, it could have
I
been.
guess there's another one on its way there. There's another one coming right back to back.
Yeah.
That's going to hit the on the East Coast. That one's supposed to come from the east, but they're still looking at it. It's still a tropical depression, as far as I know.
Yeah, they're
Wow,
expecting
okay.
it to hit a category 3 or 4 and go out to sea, hopefully, and it won't even touch us. And that would be a good thing. We don't need another one of them motherfuckers here. But back to the. Has anyone been caught up in a hurricane situation?
No.
I'm from Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
So,
I have.
yes.
So,
Yes,
so
quite-
we
quite a
we
lot of
hunkered
times.
down and broke out the candles and made sure we got plenty of bread and milk and ice and everything. And we hunkered down and we fucking lived through it, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we did
Hurricane
I went through
Elena.
Hurricane Karma.
we did that
I
for
was in
Agnes.
Hurricane Karma in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Louisiana had Hurricane Karma, and I was there. Yeah.
I've only been in blizzards and being on the East Coast, but when I was in Oklahoma in the military, I was not in one, but involved with a tornado close by.
Yeah. Well, I've been in a blizzard. I've been through 2 hurricanes. I've survived 4 or 5 earthquakes out there in California, right, Bruce? Or rather, Your
Yeah.
Majesty, 4 or 5 earthquakes. And
Oh, yeah.
I've managed to
I've
survive.
been in earthquakes in Ohio, actually.
It's been a long time, though. You know,
Yeah,
I was
it's been a
with
real
the-
long time.
I was with the woman we called Earthquake.
really. She
Is that
shook
like
every,
worth the butt?
she shook everything when she took a step, right? Every step she took.
Every step she takes, yeah. And I was like, she shook you all night long.
Yeah, she shook you all night long. Wow, all these rock and roll references. Yeah, she shook me all night long. Yeah, and as far as the storm is concerned, is that a good time to a lot of babies get fucking made in that time, don't they?
Well, being from Florida, yeah, during a thunderstorm, yeah, you get, especially when it's right on top of you. Oh yeah, it's great.
Sex is great,
during a
ain't it?
thunderstorm is the bomb. Oh yeah,
Sex is great during a thunderstorm. I love it. Yeah.
yeah, that's the best.
Thunder only happens when it's raining, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. When the thunder comes, I like that. You know, you time it
When the
perfectly.
thunder rolls.
Yeah. When the thunder rolls while you're getting an orgasm, that's the fucking best, man. That's like a fucking rush right up the
Just ride
fucking.
out the storm.
Yeah, you could really ride out the storm, riding the storm out. That's right.
You need the live version of that. Yeah, the studio version of that's kind of a yawn. You need the live version of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Right,
not
just around.
it's not Kevin Cronin on the studio version.
No, it's not that good.
Yeah,
on
you need
the
the
studio.
you need the live version. Yeah, the live version kills
Yeah,
it, but the
yeah.
the studio version's kind of a yawn.
Last song, people. Dan,
Also, now that you're on them, the live version of whatever Riverside Drive is better too.
Yeah, Riverside Drive, Riverside.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all better live.
There's some
Actually,
bands that are like that, like Foghat, for instance. Foghat studio stuff is like yawn, but if you get Foghat live, they blow the doors off it.
Yeah, it was
It's
the
just-
same thing with Humble Pie. Humble Pie was the same fucking way.
That's all because that's how
Figure's the same way too.
that's how the production of that '70s music was.
God.
Right.
More cycled down and compressed.
Yeah.
where-
We all thought that
And they got
we all thought that Leonard Skinner was really fucking good, right? Out of the studio, but then when they released their first live album, Freebird had a brand new birth of life because of that live album. It was such a great version of that song.
and Show Me the Way and is so much better live.
Oh yeah, Peter Frampton, his studio stuff is garbage. Total fucking garbage.
Yeah.
But his
Yawn,
live stuff
yeah,
was
definitely. But Comes
very,
Alive,
very
nobody had
yawn.
even heard of this dude. And
Yeah.
all of a sudden, here's this Frampton Comes Alive
And then
album.
all
And
of
it's
a
like,
sudden, and then all of a sudden, there's lines on my face, and you're going, "Oh my God, what a great
Lines
fucking
on
song!" You know,
yeah, the studio version of that is a yawn.
just
fest.
so
yeah,
yawn,
and even
yeah.
songs, I'll give you money sucks on the studio.
on the
And
studio
so-
Yeah.
because he just doesn't get it going. You know?
do you feel like we do?
Yeah, do you feel like we do? Or it's do you? And then the guitar solo.
Yeah, Show Me the Way.
They showed me the way. All that stuff live was so
Yeah, I
much
love it.
better live. Definitely.
Definitely. Yeah.
I got to see Peter Frampton in San Diego when I was in the Navy. And as a matter of fact, we were talking about him earlier tonight. Steely Dan was with them, and it was a good show. Peter Frampton was up there, and he did the whole live show, just the way it was from the beginning, and it was awesome. It was a good show.
Well, we weren't allowed to listen to Peter Frampton because my mom said one time that he was cute, so my dad banned him in the house.
Oh my God!
Oh,
Your dad
jeez.
was a jealous son of a bitch.
But yeah, I didn't know who Peter Frampton was until I heard Frampton Comes Alive.
Well,
And-
nobody
and-
did. Yeah, nobody
Yeah.
heard of this guy.
Right.
And then he just came out. Well, actually, I lost my virginity to Frampton Comes Alive.
You
That's what
lost
was
your
playing.
virginity. Okay, you lost your virginity when Frampton Comes Alive.
Frampton Comes Alive was playing.
What were you listening to, Guido, your first time?
Well, I'm gonna
And
tell,
I was 14, so we
I'm
need
gonna
ages
tell,
too.
I'm
I
going
was
to tell
14.
my
You're
age
just
here.
giving me wood right now, Diamond. All right,
And I was, let's see, what year did that song come out? 80. So I was 14 also.
What
and
song was it?
Poison, Every Rose Has its Thorn.
oh,
Uh-huh.
Bruce, what were you listening to? It was what was it? Mellow Yellow. They call me Mellow
Summer in the
Yellow.
Field, Summer in the
Quite
City, and all them.
Hot Town, Summer in the City. Hot Town, Summer in
Yeah,
the City.
That's
Back
a
my
good one.
neck getting dirty and gritty. Mine was Black Sabbath, Sabbath Bloody Sabbath.
Wait a minute. No,
Uh-huh.
You win.
that's like something you do in 87.
No, actually, to be honest, it was Led Zeppelin. I was listening to Led Zeppelin. So now I remember.
Well, whenever possible, side 2 of Led Zeppelin 3 for making out.
You know what's funny, Free Ride, is you
What's it?
had sex the first time to Led Zeppelin, and my mom met my dad at a Led Zeppelin concert.
Oh no, it's scary. Maybe I should fly to Buffalo and comfort your mom.
Yeah, get some DNA or something. You never
Get some
know.
DNA.
Oh my God.
You're terrible. You're terrible. Your mom.
The worst.
His mom is the same age as I am.
Yeah, and my mom's like, she's kind of like, one time we were talking about Journey. She's like, Steve Perry, I swear to God, I knew him. I think I was with him one time. I'm like, you were not with Steve Perry. Shut up. She goes, or some guy that like this ankle. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Doper.
Doper.
Steve Perry.
Steve Perry. Yeah, geez.
I'd give it all up for Steve Perry. Hmm.
I would actually.
Wow.
Yeah, I do Steve Perry. Yeah.
Well, you know, my mother was just a small town girl living in a lonely world. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? How did it go? He was living in a lonely room.
Lonely world.
Well, her name was Sherry, and she was just following her foolish heart.
She took the midnight train going
anywhere. Yeah, that's right. Going anywhere.
I love that. That's such good vocals on that foolish heart. So good.
Yeah.
Actually, my favorite song by him is a song called I Believe off his solo album. And it's just the way his vocals are. He was so much more than a rock and roll singer. He could have been famous in any style of music that he did.
Oh, it's true. He had an angel's voice, just a perfect voice.
He was totally blessed with a voice.
And what was it called?
What was the song?
I Believe.
I Believe. Yeah, I Believe. Yeah.
Yeah, his solo work. Not bad.
Actually, his freaking solo album, besides the song "Oh Sherry," I love every single song on there.
I think Oh Sherry's a gay song.
Video
isn't
for
it?
Oh Sherry
You
better
think-
than I know. The video
Yeah.
is good. I think.
Oh Sherry was for a guy, wasn't it?
No. The girl in the video, Oh Sherry, was his girlfriend Sherry. She's
okay.
she was Journey's Yoko Ono.
She was
She was-
Journey's
she was
Yoko
Journey's
Ono.
She's the reason.
Yeah.
She convinced him that he was the band, and he was the band.
He started so they had so much trouble with her trying to wait for him and stuff, so they said, okay, you come on tour with us. Well, she hated being in the bus with the band, so he bought this huge RV, and he and Sherry would drive behind the tour bus in the RV, which alienated him from the band because they're still pulling into one hotel. She wants to go somewhere else, so they go park the RV somewhere else. And later on, he shows up through the meet and greet, walks in like Elvis, you know. So it alienated him from the band, and
Right.
that was
And then she let him grow that dumbass mustache.
But then she dumped him anyway.
Yeah, she did.
After all that.
After
Just,
Journey was over, after she went in and destroyed, isn't that like a woman? Go in, destroy the band, and then leave him. At least
well, it was,
Yoko.
he should have gotten out of that way before that. So
Yeah, I don't
But
think
you know,
that John and Yoko would have made it much. I think there would have been if he had lived. Do you think that they would have reunited? Anybody?
yes, yes.
Do you think
well,
he'd
they
have
were
got back with Paul?
working on the new album when he died. John, oh, you mean the Beatles reunited?
Yeah.
No.
Yes,
So-
they would have, because if they were alive when the Grateful Dead and the Rolling Stones started making all that money in the '80s, they would
It
have
wasn't
fucking.
all Yoko though. They were all over creatively. They were all of them over the
Yeah,
Beatles.
but
Like,
even just to do a reunion tour,
they
in
didn't
the
even
80s.
work together. There's no song on the White Album where they all were in the recording studio together. They were recording their parts separately, and the guys were mixing it later.
Yeah.
They were all creatively over the Beatles.
I'm getting a lot of feedback.
Yeah, me too. Somebody's got their mic turned
I'm
up. Or
getting.
something.
Yeah, I got you keep breaking up over there
Who?
all the time.
It's you.
What's going on?
It's you,
Who? Say
Diamond.
whose name. Who?
It's you, Diamond. I think. I'm not sure.
Okay, let me
who's coming.
break. Okay, did that help?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah,
Nope.
it's gone for me. Oh no.
No,
Gotta love technology.
yeah, it's Skype.
I can't even hear you anymore.
That's all right. We got 5 minutes left anyway. So, but it was definitely great discussions tonight.
Yeah,
I want to say definitely that Walter Becker is going to be missed in the rock world.
right. Definitely.
And
then,
and Lubick also.
yeah,
Yeah.
and, Dave Lubick is passed away as well, and he was 69 too. He wasn't that old, and
Right.
he's a former member of Molly Hatchet. He was one of the founding members of Molly Hatchet, and I was going to close out tonight with one of that, but the conversation got so good that I didn't do that. I was going to play "Follow the Peacemaker," which is a killer song. But if you want to hear that, just listen to our station at kgfrocks.com. We've got a new schedule coming up. Guido, you got something you want to announce tonight?
I'm still Guido, and I'm still pretty sexy, so that's all.
Oh, and you'll be doing Monday
Oh,
afternoons.
Oh
Monday,
yeah. That's right. Monday starting September 11th, Monday at noon Eastern Standard Time. It's the King Guido's Blues Buffet Show.
I like it.
Excellent.
2 hours of electrifying blues music.
And on Thursday evenings, on Thursday night, I will be doing a show at 8 o'clock Eastern till 10 o'clock Eastern, and it will be the Chemical Reaction Show. And I'll bring that back, and I'll be doing that every Thursday night. Guido's will be every other Monday. Mine will be every Thursday. And then, of course, remember you can get Conjugal Visit replay on Sunday at noon Eastern Time, right? Is that noon or 1 o'clock? Noon, yeah. Yeah, it's noon. And so that feedback is kicking my ass. So we're just
All right.
about done. Diamond.
Okay, well,
your
don't
sh-
forget Diamond with the
your-
hot lunch Tuesdays at
Yeah.
noon, and the Friday night Hard as a Rock show
There you go.
at 9 p.m. to midnight Eastern Time.
You were next. You were next. I promise. You were next. And then and she
Sounds
does a
like
great
fun.
job. Yeah, the hot lunch is really good. Tune into that. That's always cool. She's always got the dishes clanking in the background and the silverware and the glasses breaking on the floor and shit. You can hear all that stuff. So it's a great show all the time. And then we also have on Thursdays or Wednesdays and Fridays, we have our good friend Wild Bill Hill. And then Wednesday night we have Jody Havnot, and what's the other guy's name?
It's Joe and Jody from Podcast Rock City.
Yeah, Podcast Rock City. And then Monday nights we have Rob Boyer, and tomorrow night I'm filling in again for Rob Boyer, and I'll be doing his show again tomorrow night at his regular time. Hopefully I'll get on the air on time, and I'll be covering for him, and then he'll be back the following week, and he'll be back. So, and then he goes to Ireland next spring. So fucker travels a lot, man. got more money than Davy Crockett. I
Good,
can tell you.
good for him, man.
He's a fucking rock star, man. You know, what do you
Yeah.
expect? What did you expect? He's a fucking rock star. So he does his thing too. It goes without. I should probably not mention this, but I'm going to mention it. We had planned to bring on Death by Metal, STL's radio show, Toxic Enema or whatever the fuck it was going to be.
Avengers.
But they decided to go another direction, and we at KGFRocks.com and the Conjugal Visitors want to wish them the best of luck and be done with that. Okay? So they have decided to go another direction. But hey, we've beaten this one to death. I want to thank my good. Oh yeah, we got to do the apology. We want to say we're sorry to all the porn stars of the 70s and 80s. We want to say we're sorry. We're sorry for the manufacturer of toys and the vegetable growers of
Vegetable growers.
the vegetable growers of California. Oh, and animal lovers everywhere, because we did get into bestiality a little bit
chicken
tonight.
farmers.
And
Chicken farmers of America.
And for free ride in general.
Yeah, and for free ride in general, we want to apologize to all the fathers who dream about fucking their daughters. And let's see.
And the states who ban anal sex.
Yes. We say sorry for that.
Fuck them in the ass. I don't say sorry to them.
And we want to apologize to all the pitchers and catchers out there, those who pitch it and those who receive it in the A-Niner.
And
okay?
chicken love.
And gay clubs, we want to apologize to gay clubs because we don't feel they belong. And we want to apologize to BET because we mentioned them tonight. All the apologies are there. We're done. We'll see you later. Well, thanks a lot for joining us. This was the Conjugal Visits. Hope you come back sometime soon. Thanks for listening, everybody. Good night.
Pleasant dreams.
See ya. It's Sunday night, and this is the Conjugal Visit on KGFRocks.com.